Welcome to CET 251 for the fall 2018 semester. I know that for some of you this is your first online course, so I want to make sure that you're comfortable getting onto Blackboard and finding where the different elements of the course are. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by going to the internet, and on the internet you'll go to Cincinnati State's website, so www.cincinnatistate.edu. Once you're there, you'll go to My C-State and you will log in with using your login information. The first time that you log in, you should have to use your student ID number. Once you have done that, they will prompt you to create a new password. You'll need to make sure that you keep track of that. If you don't know your username or your password, you've set that one up, or you don't know your student ID number, what you can do is you can call the help desk. The help desk is the IT services at Cincinnati State, and they will help you with anything you need. So if you're off campus, which most of you are, the phone number is 513-569-1234, extension 1. Once you go there, they will be able to help you with any login information. They'll be able to help you with Blackboard. They'll be able to help you with most of your IT issues that you would have while using the course. So just be aware of that. Again, the phone number 569-1234. It's kind of an easy one to remember. Once you get onto Blackboard and you've logged in, over on the left side of the screen in this tools box, you will find your surge mail. So that is your Cincinnati State email address and inbox. You want to make sure that you are regularly checking that. Any correspondence that comes from Cincinnati State will go to this email address, so make sure that you're regularly checking that. If you want to make it so that that email will go to another email that you regularly check so that they're synced up, you can do that. You can call the help desk again to have them help you get that set up if you don't already know how to do that. One thing I want to point out while we're here under My Services, that's where you can go and you can log in and you can get to any of your information for registration, for paying for classes, for finding out what your classes are. So make sure that you've been here, you look at it, you see what all's here, because these are important for you as you go through Cincinnati State and progress through your classes. So again, make sure that you check that out. Also on this front page, I kind of skipped over it. Here's all your registration dates, last days to add, drop, withdraw, whatever else it is. Your financial aid dates are here, and any holidays in your academic calendar is here if you don't have a copy of that. So this would be a good place to just kind of look over these dates and make sure that you know what's going on. Under Blackboard courses, this is where you're going to find your courses. If a course doesn't show up, it probably means that that particular instructor is not using Blackboard for that course. If it's an online course or you're pretty sure it's supposed to be there, again, you can contact IT or you can contact the instructor for the course and find out what's going on there. So this particular course, we are in 18 Fall and Land Surveying 251. Section 400. When you open this page, it's going to go to announcements, and I'm turning this off edit mode so that it kind of looks more like what you're looking at. So under the announcements, this is the page that comes up. I try to make sure that these go to both your announcements and your Cincinnati State email so that you know what's going on with the course. Starts with an introduction. Make sure that you read through this, the books that you need to have. If some of you already bought the Sherman book, keep it. You need to have that. You'll use it for CET 266. Plus, if you're surveying in Ohio, it needs to be a part of your permanent reference library. You'll need it to study for your exams if you're taking the professional exam in Ohio. So make sure that you hold on to that Sherman book if you did already buy it. As far as these other three books, I've had a couple questions as far as the additions for evidence and procedures and Brown's boundary control. If you don't have the latest editions, that's fine. It probably won't vary very much. Boundary surveying hasn't changed radically over the last many years. As far as Waddell's book, make sure that you get that through the Cincinnati State Bookstore. It's going to be a lot cheaper than anywhere else that you're going to find it, because they publish it exclusively for educational purposes. So make sure that you have all 3 of these. They should be a permanent part of your reference library. You want to hold on to these. You're going to need them for studying for both your fundamentals and your professional exams, and you may actually refer to them as you're working. So these are really good books. Magazines that you want. If you don't already get POB or American Surveyor or XYHT, you may want to go ahead and subscribe to these. They're free. It's going to give you information as far as keeping up to date with what's going on with land surveying. Then we have the 2019 surveying convention dates for Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Indiana's got theirs in January. In French Lick, Ohio will be Columbus in February. Kentucky does not have their date set yet, so as soon as I get that information, I will go ahead and put that up there. If you're not already a member of CAPS, PLSO, or ISPLS, you do want to make sure that you join one of these organizations. It's going to keep you up to date on information. It should include a membership to NSPS, the National Society of Professional Surveyors, and you want to make sure that you attend your local chapters. This way you know what's going on, you know who's working in the area, you know what kind of issues they're having, you get some additional information about that specific geographic area. So these are really, really good things to be a part of. New announcements that come up on this page will come up at the top of the page. So as these come in, just look at the top of the page and you'll find those there. Under Start Here, what you want to do is you want to go through and you want to look at all of this information. If this is your first online course, you may want to go to this link here. Then we've got description of the course learning objectives, how to navigate the course. Here is your course syllabus. Make sure that you download and print this course syllabus so that you know what's going on. I also have a course calendar. I do need to update the course calendar because right now it has not got the right dates on it. So on the course calendar, what I have is I've got this top part is all correct. These dates are what they should be. However, these months down here are actually for 2017. So as soon as I get that updated, I will reload this with the correct monthly calendar down here so that you know what's going on, and you can use this as a reference as you're figuring out what's due when. So this is kind of an easy snapshot to see what's going on throughout the course. Then as far as the course syllabus goes through, gives some information. The phone number that I have listed here is my current, or it brings directly to my desk. My email address. Email is the best way to get hold of me. Here's your books again. You're already into the course, so we don't need to worry about the prereqs. Course description, objectives. Here's the course evaluation. So there's 11 activities that you're going to do, 2 quizzes, 3 exams, and 1 project. There's a lot of stuff to do in this class, so you need to be ready for it. Grading scale, pretty typical grading scale. You need to make sure that you contact me. All of the exams have a specific test window. And if for some reason you cannot take the test during that specific period of time, you need to let me know that before the exam. And I will work with you to give you a different time for that. Everything needs to be turned in by the due date to get full credit. Again, if there's something going on, I know that a lot of you are working full-time and have families and just a lot of different situations, let me know. And that way we can figure out what we want to do. No late assignments accepted after the end of the last class meeting of the semester. The rest of this is if you were on campus, except this last one. If you want to work on campus, let me know and I'll get you a room pass and let you know what classrooms you can use to work on Cincinnati State's computers. I am at school this semester. If you have questions, you should contact me and you can come in. I have office hours and we can go through whatever it is that you need and if you have questions. So as far as topics and activities, you'll notice that I've given you what it is that we're going to be doing each week. And then I've also put the reading on here. There is a fair amount of reading, and the reading is important, so please make sure that you're doing the reading, because you're just not going to get the material without that. Your first exam doesn't show up until October, although you've got a quiz and several things due before that. Your second exam will be October 22nd that week. Then probably next thing you need to know is Thanksgiving break will occur 21st through the 25th, so that'll be just a period for you to catch up. And then November 26th that week will be your third exam. After that, you'll work on your final projects. You'll have 2 weeks to get everything finished and get that turned in. The rest of the syllabus goes through the different policies that Cincinnati State has. Make sure that you read through these and you're familiar with how Cincinnati State does things. At the end of this, there is a form for you to say, hey, I've read this and I understand and agree to the syllabus. If you just want to send me an email, that would be fine. If you would rather print this out, scan it and send it back, that would be fine too. However you want to get this back to me, just so that we both know that you've looked at the syllabus. I would appreciate that. All right, so that should get you started as far as figuring out what's in the class and what you need for your books. Giving you some information about myself so that you know who's teaching this class. There's a PDF file here that you can look through and get some information. As far as my office hours at school, these are listed here for you. The important dates chart, you might want to look through that and print that out. School hours. And then as you go through here, there's more and more information that you want to make sure that you're looking at. If this is your first online class, what I want to call your attention to is if you go to the very bottom of the page, you'll see this SQ3R reading method. As far as this reading method, go ahead and click on this YouTube video, because this is a really good way to figure out how to do the reading for this course, to make sure that you understand it and you're getting what you need to out of the reading. It really is a beneficial way to go through it. It's just 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so go ahead and look at this SQ3R reading method video. Then under course content right here, this is course objectives, and then you'll find each week will show up. So I've got week one posted. Once I get week 2 finished up, it may come a little early. If not, each week will post on Monday morning. You'll be able to find all of the information for that particular week. So you want to make sure that you're reading what's on this cover page. Then you click on the link. It says week 1. That gets you into the area. I've got information about our Bachelor of Applied Science degree, in case some of you are wondering where we are on that. The objectives for this week, course introduction, notes and reminders. You click on this folder here, that gets you into more information. Just gives you an idea how to get good information out of this course and make sure you're doing what you need to. Across the top of the screen, you can go back to week 1. It's an easy way to navigate as you're going through here. Then student introduction. This is a required activity. This is going to be what we use to determine whether you've shown up for the class or not. We have to submit no-show reports for each course. Please make sure that you do this by Sunday, September 2nd. And it tells you go to the discussion board. The discussion board you'll find right here. Click on that. And it is this student introduction. There's several questions that we're going to ask you just to kind of get an idea of who all's in the class and what we're doing. So please make sure that you do that by midnight, September 2nd. Then as you go through, I've got your NCEES assignment. This is a link to the website, so if you click on it, it's going to open in a new window so that you can go to NCEES if you're not familiar with it, but you do have an assignment that is going to require you to go here. I've got some notes, so that's what this information here is, NCEES. What is it all about? The expectation is that you read all this. Getting into the handbooks, you want to make sure that you read through this information. and that you download these handbooks and look at these handbooks. It gives you all the information that you're going to need and what you're allowed to use for the actual exams. Finding state statutes regarding professional licensure, you'll need this for your assignment. Again, click on it and you can get to that information. Then go down to Part 1. This is your actual worksheet for the first classroom activity. You click on it and it's going to take you to that activity. You can complete it as many times as you want until you get 100%, because I care that you know the material by the time you're finished with the course. So please make sure that if you got several questions wrong, just go ahead and re-look up the information and complete it again and resubmit it until you get it right. Second part of this is you have an essay that you need to write, and so make sure that you read through all of the requirements for this essay. I've shown you what the grading table is, all the information that needs to be included in this. Please make sure that you're reading carefully so that you can see what all needs to be submitted. You're going to submit the actual essay here, and then I've got an article that you can use to help you with your assignment. So that'll get you through week 1. Other things that you might want to know about in Blackboard Student Resources, a lot of information here if you're not familiar with Cincinnati State and the different services that we have. Under Tools, you can find a roster for the class. You can find emails to email each other back and forth, and you can get to different areas of the course. Then under My Grades, I'm not going to pull that up because mine will look different than yours. You'll go there and you can find all your grades. Those will be kept up to date throughout the semester. So go ahead and get started. I hope you enjoy the course, and if you have questions, please ask. Thank you.